Li Tianyu from the village once raised 200 crucian carp in an abandoned old well, then left town for work. That trip lasted 8 years. It wasn't until the village said they were filling in the well that he rushed back. But the moment he lifted the cover, he was stunned. 8 years ago, Li Tianyu was thinking about going out to make money, and also wanted to do something fun with the abandoned well by his house. So he went to the town market and spent 50 yuan on 200 little crucian carp. He carried the fish to the well, lifted the cover and dumped them all in at once. Back then, he even bragged to his neighbor, Uncle Li, "When I come back at the end of the year, we'll catch a few big ones and make fish soup." But who would have thought? Once he left, city work trapped him for good. Over time, on construction sites, switching factories, dating, one thing after another piled up, and those 200 fish were completely forgotten. Just like that, 8 years passed. Last month, the village started a cleanup project, and that abandoned well happened to be right in the planned greenbelt. The village officials dug through old records before finally finding Li Tianyu's contact information. "Tianyu, that old well by your house is getting filled in. If there's anything inside, come back and clear it out." At the time, Li Tianyu was squatting at the construction site eating boxed lunch. When he heard old well, he froze for a while, then slapped his thigh. "Oh my god, my fish!" He asked the foreman for leave that very night, bought a standing room ticket, squeezed onto a train, transferred to a bus, rode a three-wheeler, and rushed back to the village. As soon as he reached the village entrance, he saw a crowd gathered around the old well, all chatting and watching the scene. That well's been abandoned for years. Could the fish still be alive? They're probably dried fish by now. Li Tianyu pushed through the crowd, rolled up his sleeves, and went straight to lift the cover. The cover was badly rusted. He used all his strength before it finally creaked open a crack. A cool wave of moisture rushed out, carrying a faint smell of watergrass. He leaned in for a look and froze on the spot. Dried fish? Not even close. The water was clear to the bottom, and a group of dark, chunky fish were slowly swimming below. Their bodies were as wide as a palm, their scales black and shiny, and their tails stirred up ripples in the water. "Good lord!" Li Tianyu shouted, stepped back in shock and almost fell right on his butt. The villagers all crowded over too, stretching their necks to peek inside. "Whoa, how did these fish get so big? Are these really the same little fish from back then? They're almost as big as carp." After Li Tianyu came back to his senses, he found a long pole and poked it into the water. The fish scattered in a flash, packed together in the dozens, at least 40 or 50 of them. He figured even the smallest ones had to be around 4 pounds, and the big ones were probably 5 or 6. Later, he finally understood. The well water came from underground, warm in winter, cool in summer, and clean all year round. The moss on the walls and the microorganisms in the water were enough to feed the fish. And since the well was sealed up with no predators inside, the fish had grown safely for 8 years, every one of them fat and strong. That afternoon, Li Tianyu found a fishing net, caught a few of the biggest ones, and shared them with the village elders and kids. The fish soup came out incredibly fresh. The broth was white like milk, and the meat was so tender it melted in your mouth. "These are lucky fish for our village." Li Tianyu laughed too, then made the call on the spot. "We're not filling this well in. I'm turning it into an eco-fish well. From now on, if anyone wants fish, come catch a couple. But take it easy. Don't catch them all." Now that old well has become a little village attraction. Everyone passing by lifts the cover for a quick look, amazed every single time.